Mr. Harper, welcome back, buddy.
What's up, guys?
Bryce, I don't know after all these years if you have certain feelings when you begin a season or when you come back, but I got to ask you what the feeling was like to just get out there tonight for the first time.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, just being back and just being with the guys and, in the bank and, in front of our fans. I mean, it was just great to be back, and it kind of put me in a really good situation in that first inning to be able to, be successful right there, and I was able to do that. I don't know why he did that, but no, I mean, I thought tonight was great. Being able to get the first win of the series.
I tell you, that's your Vegas buddy right there, feeling his oats, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't know why he did that. That's yeah, he's going to be hearing about that one.
Give me a thought about just the whole process, just everything that you've gone through these last couple months, and watching how well your teammates have played in your absence.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to watch him play. I mean, sitting back and kind of just understanding, hey, it is what it is. I'm hurt, and there's nothing I can really do about it. I'm just trying to get better and trying to get back as quick as possible, but being smart about that as well, right? So I think the team's just been playing great. I think they picked up where, I kind of left them, and they've been playing great. I just don't want to come in here and mess it up. So, just trying to do what I can to help each night, and just really excited to just be back and just be in front of all these fans and being back in the bank hitting the baseball.
Bryce, you got to watch the games while you were, on the injured list. How impressive are these young kids that have just really turned their seasons around? Bryson Stott, Matt Vierling, they just turned their seasons around and have helped you guys win games and become, integral parts of the offense.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you expect out of your young guys. That's what every good team has, right? When you go out there and you spend the money in the free agent market like we did, we need to have our young guys be able to step up and pitch and hit and, do the things they can to win games. And you've seen that with Stott. You've seen that with Bomer. Vierling's been great for us. Maton. I mean, all the guys that came up have continued to have success. And I believe that's, everybody that's working hard in the minor leagues coming up, and they've been able to come up here and really be successful, and we have a manager that wants them to be successful as well. And I mean, you guys have seen that in Rob Thomson, giving them the opportunity, giving them the chances to play, and giving them the chances to be successful in every single spot that they're in.
And Bryce, it seems like he's letting them be themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one thing about our clubhouse. We want guys to be themselves, right? I mean, we want them to come in, we want them to work hard, but they're one of us. No matter what, where they're from, who they are, how old they are, I don't care if you're a rookie or you got 20 years in the big leagues. You're part of our family, you're part of our group, and we want you to be successful. We want you to, have fun and enjoy it, but also, you got to work hard and do that as well. So, but everybody, we play as one, we try to be as one, try to have that one heartbeat. And, if we can keep going, have a great September, we're going to be very, very scary in the postseason. I'm excited to do that.
As much as we loved having you up here, we love you even more down in the field.
Yes, indeed.
I appreciate it, guys.
Thanks for joining us tonight, Bryce.
All righty.
Bryce Harper, our guest.
When you look at what happened in that first inning, and as you alluded, it was scripted for him. I can't believe he didn't hit a home run, for goodness sakes, but it was scripted for him. And when the bases became loaded, he stepped up there, and it was as if this was storybook. And certainly, we're going to take that single to right field. He delivered. He scored 2 runs, and that's the bottom line.
Yeah, and it was set up by a nice job by Schwarber, beating out what ended up being an error. And then a big double by Hoskins. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the thing. Those are the things that they've been doing. They've been kind of getting guys on and making sure that they have good, solid at bats, and just a nice effort. I know Pittsburgh did not play great defensively in that first inning, and Bryce Wilson really did struggle and was then knocked out. But I got to tell you that these guys are playing good, solid baseball and making it happen when it counts.
Yep. Let's take a look at chasing October. The Phillies, as mentioned, on pace for 91 wins. Ruben, you said you had them about 87 or so. Right now, they're scheduled to do more than that based on their winning percentage. They're now at 71 wins. They're 3 games up on San Diego in the second spot. There, the Brewers a game and a half back of the last wild card spot, and the Padres sitting there at 68 wins. Looking good.
Yeah, they're playing very good baseball, and they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're beating the teams that they're supposed to beat. And their schedule, I don't like to talk about strength of schedule all that much, but there's a reality there. Many of the teams that they're going to play are sub-500 teams. They played very well against those clubs. It is not like last year. I mean, it's not a situation where, these guys just don't come to play when it's time to come to play against the weaker teams. They're getting it done. It's pretty exciting, and hopefully they continue to do that through the next month.
Let's go across the street and check in with John Kruk. Called tonight's game with Tom McCarthy on NBC 10. John, Bryce Harper just told you and Tom, quote, "We're going to be very scary in the postseason." What do you take that to mean, John? In what ways?
Well, they can score, they can hit, they play good defense now, and depending on how things play out the remainder of the season, if you can go, Wheeler, Nolan, Ranger in a short series, you always got a chance. Plus, we've seen how many times we've seen it lately, like the last, 10, 15 years, how important bullpens are. And, the Phillies bullpen right now has been really good.
Hey, Johnny, talk about Bailey Falter. How important has he become? And there was an issue about the team's overall depth, starting pitching-wise, and now that they've, lost Zach Wheeler for at least a couple of starts. Talk about how important it is for him to have pitched pretty well in his last 3 outings.
Yeah, and Ruben, he did it again tonight against the Pirates. He did what you're asking. You're not asking him to go and be Aaron Nola and throw a 9-inning complete game shutout. You're asking him to, when you turn the ball over, whatever inning it is, hopefully at least the 6th, that we have a lead. And that's exactly what Bailey's done his last couple starts. And, they can say, well, it's the Pirates. Pirates can swing a bat. But, he did it against the Mets, too. So, he's done everything that they've asked him to do. And, when you get a guy that has to come in and, be that 6, 7 starter, whatever it is, when someone goes down or you need to give someone a rest. And, Bailey's always been ready. And he's rewarding the Phillies with his preparedness.
Hey, John, were you a little surprised that Alvarado didn't continue to pitch the next inning, only threw two pitches? I thought he might continue and pitch into the 7th. They ended up bringing Robertson into the 8th. What were your thoughts on that? Because he hadn't pitched in 3 days.
Yeah, I don't know if it was because, it was the top of the order coming up, and Newman's a righty. Of course, Reynolds a switch, but and Brian Hayes is a righty. Maybe that's why they went with David Robertson in the 8th and kept Alvarado out. But, 2 pitches, man. What a job, huh?
No, he did a heck of a job. And again, you can't fault you can't fault Thomson for what he's done, because he's really lined things up and he's put those guys in the right spots, and they all got the job done. But I was just curious as to why he would not continue to the next inning.
Yeah, like I said, I have no idea. But what I meant by what a job was, you get paid for that. You get paid 2 pitches and you're done. And ooh. But he did his job. But 2 pitches, he got 2 outs, right?
Yeah.
And a great play by Alec Bohm.
John, we talked about this in the pregame. What do you think is the future for this lineup with Harper batting cleanup right now as he eases his way in? And Ruben was saying, this is really a tribute to Alec Bohm, the way he's been hitting, certainly. Do you expect the lineup to remain the same, or do you think Rob Thomson switches it up a little bit?
Well, the one thing you notice with Bryce out of the lineup is Rob Thomson had a pretty set lineup. Now, he'd give guys days. JT would get a day, so they'd have to rearrange the lineup, move Castellanos up. When Stubbs is playing, and Stubbs would move down, and Gene would move up, and Stott would move up. But I think moving forward, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. I mean, Alec Bohm swinging a great bat, and what better place to be when you're swinging a great bat to get Bryce back hitting behind you. But I really think that this is a wait and see thing. It wouldn't surprise me if, depending on who's pitching, a tough righty maybe, that they move Bryce to 3rd or whatever. But this lineup right now, the way that lineup was constructed today, it's pretty deep. When you have Gene Segura hitting 8th, that's a dang good lineup, man. Whew.
Hey, Johnny, just one last one. Bryson Stott's at bat there in the 7th inning. I mean, how big was that?
Well, it was huge, and for the simple fact it gave a 3 runs. So, if you get a walk or a base hit and then someone hits a home or tie game, you didn't want that. You get the 3-run lead. First of all, I loved the at-bat because he got a base hit. But what I loved was the fact that he was doing everything he could to try to pull a ball to get the runner to 3rd base. to get Zimmer to third base. And, and then after 2 strikes, he said, I just got to go to swinging. And when Zimmer running and saw Brian Hayes, he took off. As soon as Zimmer started breaking, he took off, and it just opened up a huge hole because Newman was holding Zimmer on, kind of like playing right behind second base. So once Brian Hayes exited his area to try to get to third in case there was a throw with Zimmer stealing, it was my gosh, I think, back in my heavy days, I could have fit through that big hole.
Thanks, Johnny.
Great stuff,
right.
John. Great call. We'll check you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks
All
a
right.
lot. Thank you,
All
John
right.
Kruk at the Park on the mic tonight on NBC 10 with Tom McCarthy. We take a break. We come back. We're going to hear from Bryce Harper again. We're going to hear from Rob Thomson on a strong, I don't care who they're playing. A win's a win. They've now won 5 in a row, 6 of 7, and they're tearing through with these doormats on the schedule. You got to do it if you want to make the postseason and have a run.
You have storybook that any better with him getting his first at bat with the bases loaded.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good. My father once said a really bright executive knows how to take credit for stuff that just falls in his lap. So, yeah, that's why I put him in the 4-hole. No, but it was great, and he came through, and we jumped on those guys, and we added on in the second, and then they did a really good job holding us back. And then we scratched one across in the 8th to add on. So it was a good offensive night, all told.
Did it get a little closer, though, than you wanted it to? Because you could have gotten your bullpen another really good night of rest.
Yeah.
You could have held them back a little bit or built on it. Was that disappointing at any level?
Well, I thought the bullpen, we're going to have everybody back again tomorrow, so that's good. But I thought the bullpen, all in all, did a pretty good job. Broggy's a little bit off right now, but he'll get it back. I have full confidence in him. Just going through, got in a little bit of a rut right now, but Alvarado came in and did his job, and D-Rob and Brad, very good at the end. So it was a good win.
Is there anything health-related, probably like a dead arm or something maybe that?
No, nothing health-wise that I know of. It might be a little bit of dead arm, and velocity's down a little bit, so that affects the secondary pitches to a certain degree. But he'll get it back.
You talk about grinding on the opponent's starters. In the first game of the series, if you're able to get their starter after 1 inning, what effect can that have for the remainder of the weekend?
Well, it can. Huge effect, because now Thomson comes in, who's really their long man, and they got to use him, use all his bullets. So I don't know whether they'll make a move tomorrow or not. But they've got a lot of guys in their pen that have gone multiple innings, 3, 4. So I'm not sure what they'll do, but I think it's great to first inning of the first game of the series to sort of send a message, and I think it's great.
Lines with Bryce being back, it lengthens the lineup. We've talked about that. Gene batting 8, so to see all 9 guys to play in that first inning. What's that say about how dangerous this lineup can be?
Yeah, that's it. When you have length to your lineup, it's going to take a lot of pitches to get them out because they're going to grind on you, and you get base runners, and consequently you get runs. So there's not really a soft out in our lineup right now.